students, welcome to the video Land, Soil, Water, Natural Vegetation and Wildlife. In this chapter, we will know about the importance of all the relief features. Let us know about land. So, land is among the most important natural resources. It covers only about 30% of the total area of the Earth's surface, and all parts of this small percentage are not habitable. It means whatever percentage of land we have, it's not necessary that everywhere you will find people or animal or forest. So some areas are barren land. So the uneven distribution of population in different parts of the world is mainly due to varied characteristics of land and climate. It means that wherever the land is suitable, people live there, the population is more there. Where the land is unfavorable, it is not suitable to live, there you will find sparse population. So the rugged topography, steep slopes of the mountains and low-lying areas, they are not favorable to live in. Here we see some common property resources. Land can also be divided on the basis of private land and community land. So land which is owned by an individual or a community, they are called community land, and the land which is owned by a nation, that is called a common land. A community owns land is a common land. So there is change in land use over time. People and their demands are ever growing, but the availability of land is limited. You cannot stretch the land, and population is rising day by day. So what is the consequences? People started encroaching the common lands to build up commercial areas, housing complexes in the urban areas, and to expand the agricultural land in the rural areas. They are cutting down the trees and creating land and making land for living there. So land degradation, landslides, soil erosion and desertification, these are the major threats to the environment because of the expansion of agriculture and constructional activities. Now, why agriculture is necessary? To meet the needs of the people. Here you can see the pictures of agricultural field, the urban areas, the big cities. We all need land for these all purposes. We need to conserve the land resources. So growing population and their ever-growing demand has led to a large-scale destruction of forest cover and arable land, and has created a fear of losing these natural resources. Therefore, the present rate of degradation of land resource, it should be checked. Afforestation, people should plant more and more trees so that they can conserve the soil. Landslide is also a very common thing in the hilly areas. You will see that often landslides take place because of the human activity. People have started building houses there, and that is the reason why the soil is becoming loose and often landslide occurs. Here we see about the soil. You can see the soil profile, the topsoil followed by the subsoil, then the withered rocks, and then the parent rock. So topsoil is the most fertile one, where you can find the humus, followed by subsoil, which is sand, silt and clay, then the weathered rock material, and at last the igneous rock, which is also called the parent rock. Now, what are the factors that leads to soil formation? First of all, climate, time, parent rock, relief, and flora, fauna and microorganisms. So the soil is also degrading day by day. Soil erosion and depletion are the major threats to soil as a resource. Both human and natural factors can lead to degradation of soil. Factors which lead to soil degradation, which are deforestation, overgrazing, overuse of chemical fertilizer or pesticide. So rain wash landslides and flood. Now we need to conserve the soil, so we can take several measures such as mulching, contour barrier, rock dam, terrace farming, intercropping, contour plying. So one way you can see all the pictures here. Now we come to water. Now do you know that in 1975 the consumption of water for human was 3,850 cubic kilometer per year. Means it soared to more than 6,000 centimeter cubic kilometer in the year 2000. So you can understand, you can realize that the demand for water has rose so high because of the high rise in population. So water is a vital, means very important renewable natural resource. 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered with water, means 3 part is water and 1 part is land. It is therefore appropriately called the water planet. It was the primitive oceans that life began about 3.5 billion years back, and fresh water accounts only 2.7%. Now, what are the problems of water availability? There is a scarcity of water in many regions of the world. So, most of the Africa, West Asia, South Asia, parts of Western USA, and West Mexico, Northwest Mexico, and the parts of South America, their entire Australia, they're facing shortage in fresh water supply. Countries located in climatic zones, most of them face drought or great problems of water scarcity. Thus, water shortage may be a consequence of variation in seasonal or annual precipitation. Of the scarcity is caused by overpopulation and contamination of water. So means you can see water everywhere but you cannot drink, so water is contaminated. So conservation of water is very important. What we need to do, we need to access to clean and adequate water sources is a major problem facing in the world today. Discharge of untreated and partially treated sewage, agriculture chemicals and industrial effluents in water bodies are major contaminants. Means the fertilizer which we put in the crop, so they, when the rain falls, these soil, they carry the fertilizers and they drain into the river, then the river water becomes contaminated. So most of these chemicals being non-biodegradable, they reach human bodies through water. Now water pollution can be controlled by treating these effluents and suitably before releasing them in water bodies. So it should be checked first, it should be treated first, and then only it should be drained into the river. So water is used for irrigating field. The canals should be properly lined to minimize losses by water seepage, and sprinklers effectively irrigate the area by checking water losses through seepage and evaporation. So in dry regions which high rates of evaporate, drip or trickle irrigation is very useful. So the valuable water resources can therefore be used properly, and other means of we can adopt other means of conservation. Here you can see the picture of natural vegetation and wildlife. Now the biosphere. The natural vegetation and wildlife where exist is called the biosphere, and in the biosphere living beings are interrelated and dependent on each other for survival. This life supporting system is known as ecosystem. So vegetation and wildlife are valuable resources. There are innumerable use of plants. Wildlife includes animals, birds, insects, and aquatic life forms. They provide us milk, meat, hides, and wool. So insects like bees provide us honey, help in pollination of flowers, and have an important role to play as decomposers in the ecosystem. So animals, big or small, all are integrate to maintain the balance in the ecosystem. Here you can see the distribution of natural vegetation. The natural vegetation are divided in, the forests are divided in evergreen and deciduous forest. Here we need conservation of natural vegetation and wildlife. So changes of climate and human interference can cause the loss of natural habitats for the plants and animals. So deforestation, soil erosion, constructional activities, forest fire, tsunami and landslides are some of the human-made and natural factors which together accelerate the process of extinction of these great natural resources. So because of human activity, some animals are in the verge of extinction, and the animals are poached. Poached means illegal hunting for collection and illegal trade of hides. Hides is the fat, and skins, nails, teeth, horn as well as feathers. So these are all important organs or parts of the animals. So they are poached, they are killed because just to sell them. So that's all in this video, children. I hope you all have understood. Thank you.